Welcome back, guys. Today, we're going to check out a video called the top 15 scariest websites you should never visit. And anyone can make a website if you think about it. And there's like a lot of weird stuff on the internet, but you should never visit these 15 websites apparently. So let's go check them out. Give this video a biggest thumbs up. And thank you for 163,000 subscribers. You guys are amazing. And here we go. That's a lot of subscribers. That's a lot. Here we go.
Number 15, Opentopia. The idea of being watched is enough to make anyone's skin crawl. Even if you're not suffering from diagnosed paranoia, the feeling of being watched or followed is enough to lead someone to a mental breakdown. This website probably won't help that notion any.
So like, you know, like the cameras that you see like on like street corners and everything?
As if knowing that street and security cameras are all over the world isn't bad enough, imagine that anyone can access these cameras at any time. Opentopia puts this spying power in the hands of anyone that has access to the internet. Well, this is almost a fetish for anyone hoping to spy on hot girls. It's nothing like that. Most of the cameras are in small businesses, public parks, busy city streets, and even private property. It's uncertain exactly how these feeds are made public, but it can be assumed that whoever runs this site taps into feeds and redirects them to Opentopia. It will relieve you to know that it's unlikely you'll find anything too terrifying, as there's only about 200 cameras available and most of them are workplaces or streets. Then again, all the online horror stories revolved around security footage sure makes you a little uneasy while watching a construction site or hospital through Opentopia.
It is.
The live feeds are available pretty much 24/7, meaning that you can watch them at night as well, which is just a whole new level of disturbing.
That is.
Number 14, the unknown subreddit. Reddit is a social media website that resembles a forum or discussion board. Users can create subreddits which follow certain tags or topics. The creator, the subreddit, and all the posts within are seemingly random numbers and letters grouped together. These unexplainable postings went on for quite some time with no real answers available. Luckily, plenty of online users have looked into solving what seems to be a code.
That's interesting.
The Reddit user Kylix_ has made some breakthroughs as far as a possible code being used. The downside is that no exact messages have been found from this. While it's not unlikely that these posts are entirely random and just made to get the Reddit community confused, with the recent trend of coding messages into horror.
The facts. So like people are trying to figure out like what these numbers actually mean because like they make no sense in the English
related
language.
Content for a deeper layer of scary. It's very possible that each of these posts really do mean something. Perhaps someday it will be fully decoded and we will have even further to go in the research of this strange subreddit.
Yeah.
Number 13, Zombo. There's some unsettling factor presented in waiting in line at a market, waiting for a website to load, waiting in a doctor's office. No matter your reason, it's very easy to become impatient and even anxious. So a website entirely dedicated to waiting is a pretty strange concept. Ever since the use of the internet became more popular, it seems all innovations have been focused on getting things to work faster and faster. The more quickly a website can load, the better of a site it's considered to be. Yet Zombo seems to take pride in how slow and meaningless it is. The website really is nothing but a loading screen. As soon as the page opens, you see a small color wheel that indicates the page is loading. Mystical music that sounds like a carnival soundtrack plays quietly as you wait for something to happen. A male's voice narrates and announces,
"You can do it, you can do anything, Zombo call. Anything at all."
That's creepy, man.
The only limit is yourself. Welcome to Zombo call.
He continues to hype up the visitor for what seems to be the most amazing website ever invented. The longer you sit on the site, the more excited the narrator seems to become.
That's actually
the kicker is that there's nothing coming. You can't really do anything at Zombicom. It's just a loading screen with a hype man. The entire setup has some strange utopian feel to it, like a large overbearing corporation that convinces you something is great even if it's just a total waste of time. Number 12, Staggering Beauty. This website is fairly simple and pretty innocent from a certain standpoint. Staggering Beauty is a website that features a black worm-like figure with small white eyes. As you move your mouse pointer around the screen, the worm follows it gently and almost in a cute manner. After a few minutes on the site, a message comes up that instructs you to shake vigorously. If you shake your pointer quickly, Static neon and bright images flash behind the worm that has completely changed shapes. Along with this, loud club-like dance music plays. This isn't exactly creepy, but someone with epilepsy would beg to differ. More importantly, you find yourself asking why this site was even made, and how exactly would someone stumble across it. Number 11, suicide guides and pro-ana sites. The majority of these sites are blogs or forums and not really traditional websites. The most popular suicide guide website is Lost All Hope. Before entering, you are required to confirm that you are at least 18 years or older. The welcome page has a long intro which explains the content of the site. A portion reads, "You may be reading this looking for information on methods to commit suicide. They are here. Maybe."
Okay, that's actually messed up. It's a whole blog on showing people how to commit suicide, and suicide is never the answer. And that's really creepy.
If you'd like to know statistical information about suicide, you're in the right place. Perhaps you are feeling really low. Part of you wants to end it, and part of you just wants to be happy. You'll find information and links that might help you. So clearly here can be found suicide methods, sources for seeking help, and general information about suicide. Under the suicide methods tag, there are options such as firearms, plastic bag, drugs, hanging, most lethal, and much more. While this site does offer resources for those that aren't sure that they want to commit to ending it, there are also several pages where the creators or admins of this site seem dedicated to helping people finish the job. It's a little unsettling that people out there are willing to not only help, but somewhat encourage others to end their own lives. Sites that share this idea of encouraging self-harm are pro-ana sites. If you may not know, anorexia is an eating disorder where a person either doesn't eat for long periods, or eats only very small amounts in an effort to lose weight. A disorder that branches from this is bulimia, where a person doesn't eat normally throughout the day, but rather, they binge eat all at once and then puke it all out. Eating disorders are considered mental illnesses. If you or someone you know may be suffering from these, it's important to get proper care. Pro-ana sites offer tips on how to avoid eating, how to binge and purge, how to look thinner, how to hide the disorder from loved ones, and some sites and forums even offer what's known as thinspiration photos or art of nearly deceased thin people as a sort of inspiration for those committed to their disorder. There are numerous sites for this, mostly WordPress or Tumblr blogs. An interesting find is the Pro-Ana Lifestyle Forever WordPress. This blog offers information on the pro-ana religion or lifestyle. A page of tips and tricks such as, Ana must be the center of your life, eating denser foods make you feel like eating more, ice and gum are good food substitutes for when you're hungry. There's a thinspiration page, as well as a My Goals page, where the person running this blog explains that their goal weight is 100 pounds. Even for someone as short as 4'10", this weight would be dangerously low. Again, the scary part about these websites are that people are so consumed by their illness that they encourage others to take part, and either don't offer help at all, or offer it as more of a second thought. Again, if you are suffering from thoughts of suicide or an eating disorder, some resources will be linked below. Number 10, Survive the Outbreak. This online movie is unique because it seems to merge with video gaming. You watch the movie about a zombie outbreak. Every few minutes you're faced with a decision. If you choose the wrong thing, you die. You have the chance to start over or go back to another specific point. While the right combination of decisions will lead to your survival, most often you die. This game gained a lot of popularity when it was created in 2008 because it resembled exactly what horror buffs were looking for. A movie where you get to control the characters. Have you ever screamed at a movie hoping the lead character would listen to you and survive? This game was an amazing way to accomplish that. Despite the satisfying feeling of controlling your character, there was also something dark about just how easy it was to accidentally kill them off. This, of course, isn't the only game of its kind. In fact, 2 years before Final Destination 3 made a DVD debut where you could choose the fate of your character at certain scenes. In this algorithm, the characters or the entire cast could die based on a simple choice.
Oh, okay, that's actually scary.
Games like this are a stark reminder how fragile life is. Something that seems meaningless could literally lead to your death. Number 9, Memory of. Memorial headstones, memorial parties, memorial tattoos. These things we dedicate to our past loved ones don't seem too out of the ordinary. What about a public website dedicated to them? Memory of is a website that resembles a social media site.
So you can make like tribute videos to like deceased loved ones, friends, anybody, right? So it's basically like a whole website with like dead people, if you think about it.
Members can create pages dedicated to their past loved ones, comment on the
concept, but it's
pages
also
of
kind of
others,
scary.
and even chat amongst each other. At the top of the homepage, a scrolling menu shows the anniversaries of all the members' past loved ones.
Yeah, I don't want to see.
This doesn't seem too
it's really
troubling
sad.
at first. Just a place where people can immortalize their relatives as well as connect with others who may share their pain. The thing is that really sets the vibe off are the photos. Each page, dedicated to a deceased person, has a photo album. While some members just include a few photos of the person when they were living, others include several photos not only of the funeral, but even of the corpse in the morgue. Especially mothers of stillborn infants include several photos of the corpse. This may be a form of coping for some, but it's still pretty unsettling to stumble across these pictures and realize that they're of someone who is no longer living and sends the loving tone of the site in more of a creepy direction. Number
Very
8,
creepy.
death date.
Alright, we're gonna end this video right here, but if you want to see the last 8, it's in the description down below. These are really scary, and it just shows like the extent of like the internet, how huge it is and how diverse it is, and there's a lot of creepy stuff on the internet clearly. The pro suicide one was really terrible to me. Like suicide's never the answer, and therapy, love, and like affection, understanding, but suicide itself is never the answer, and that's really terrible that they're encouraging suicide, and that's honestly crazy. And the video game where if you do the wrong move, you die, it's also pretty creepy. And the dead people website, it's also really creepy. There's a lot of different creepy stuff, and yeah. If you want to see the full-length video, you should go check it out. Subscription down below. And if you want me to react to any of your videos, leave me a comment down below with the video, and I'll go check it out. And I hope you guys have an amazing day. Thanks for watching, guys, and peace.